Slave DiBiase.
Good afternoon, or good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and good night, depending on whenever you digest this content. This is another live episode of the Offenders Initiative podcast here on We the People TV. I am your illustrious host, Slave DiBiase, aka Tony Spark, aka Slave Daniel Richards, aka the Slaylian has come. And we are here today, man, for another sesh. Y'all know what it is. Y'all reading the caption. Hold on, let me fix something here, y'all. I need to fix something real quick. I don't know about y'all, but when I smoke, I like for the fan to be off so that I can see the smoke floating through the air like such, you know what I'm saying? But get your lighters up, man. And if you've been a supporter of this channel, y'all know strain of the day because I just dropped a new strain of the day review today. Strain of the day, y'all, is Z Kim. I have a full review on that by itself in its own video here on the channel. You can check that out in your leisure or whatever. By JK Distro. Y'all know what it is. I rolled that one in a joint, but today we gonna roll us a blunt. You feel me? We not playing no games today. What y'all smoking out there? Tell me in the comments. Tell me how you're feeling today, man. I know it's another one of those, you know what I'm saying? And again, thank y'all for pulling up. Anybody who might digest this content rather religiously in passing, you could have been anywhere in the world for your 420, but you're here with me. Who this? Let's go. Who that crying? Why you crying? Okay, don't cry. Light up, y'all. We about to go on a wild ride, man. We about to go on a wild ride. Hello to everybody pulling up. What's going on? Tell me what country you from, what you smoking on, how long you been watching or whatever. And let's take a ride. Who is this? What is that? What is that? I need to get closer. Why are you crying and you spamming? Hey, whoever this is, you're doing a little too much now. Hold on. All right, y'all see the caption, y'all. 50 Cent podcast drama. Recently, 50 Cent has been basically under a little bit of fire and backlash from Jim Jones and his podcast, Let's Rap About It, where him, Maino, Fabolous, and Dave East are talking about how basically having a podcast, when you're not even having a podcast, when you're in the public eye, how they don't think it's fair that anybody could just make a whole documentary about you, referring to the Diddy documentary and how 50 Cent is basically kicking Diddy while he's down. Those guys had something to say about it. 50 didn't like it. Let's go. What is going on here? I'm getting a lot of weird stuff in the chat. Okay. Without further ado, man, y'all light up and let's take a look. All right. Today's content is by way of The Answer. Please go give those good folks a like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get into it, y'all. Light up.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy, The Answer, man. As y'all know, shots been fired. Maino going at 50 for the documentary. 50 clapping back, calling them squatters. Then Wack gets involved. Maino go at Wack. Wack go back at Maino. Maino jumps on Angela Yee. He's trying to clear it up. Let's get to the content.
So it looks like 50 Cent has taken shots at the Let's Rap About It crew.
Smoke. Now y'all look at this. Maino already because of what he said, he called those guys squatters when they basically threw shots at him, basically saying he was kicking Diddy while he was down or whatever. So 50 Cent said, y'all are a bunch of rich bums, you're squatters. That spot that y'all are shooting your little podcast in, you owe $250,000 on that. You guys are rich bums. You come and play dress up every day to try to play best dress, and you guys are in debt. You need to stop talking about me and mind your business. And Maino, of course, he went in from there. I like how Maino says, meet Killer Curly, ladies and gentlemen. He helped me get my record deal. So I'm gonna always be grateful. So it's gonna hurt me to drag this nigga to hell. Fuck is the problem, Curtis? Has your G unit G string in a bunch, nigga? Or is it the bitches of the diabetes? But let's rap about it. Jim Jones immediately under that He's got the eyes, and then we got academics with the Maino. You got to go to the car and make a video. I hope you got to push the start. Keep the same energy.
Smoky.
Now, 50 posted this.
Documentary is a big thing. Like, you don't want nobody doing a documentary about some like trying to just make your whole character look weak. Like that's petty behavior.
I don't understand why that's like legal to do though.
Documentary is more like a
seem like it
shit like
should
that.
be.
Do you think that is wrong or not?
I think it's
I think it's wrong for somebody to be able to just do whatever they want to do with your likeness and your life and all that, even though you're a public figure. Somebody could just jump out there and make a documentary about y'all. Y'all think that's right? I don't really think that's right either, man. I'm not with it. You just know something about me, so you figure you can just go make a whole video about it and get paid. Who would do that?
All right, now he posted that clip, and then he also posted, and I got to make sure I got to see like what's true and what's not true.
Call us squatters.
Yeah, he called you guys squatters and said you guys owe $250,000. So is that true?
I don't know nothing about no.
I like how he laughed that off. But ladies and gentlemen, do we know the definition of the word squatters? Do we know the definition of the word squatters? I just want to give us the definition of the word squatters so you can know what level of disrespect, you should take when somebody calls you that. Okay, so I'm looking up a definition, right? It says squatters are people who occupy vacant property without legal rights, often leading to issues for owners. But in some places, they claim adverse possession, parentheses, legal ownership, if they meet strict criteria like open, continuous presence for a set time, sometimes with color of title, a faulty deed. While some squatting is for shelter, aka homelessness or housing crisis, it's a serious legal matter for property owners who must follow specific procedures, often involving sheriffs, not police, to remove them. Wow. Squatting is the action. Let me get this right. Squatting is the action of occupying an abandoned or unoccupied area of land or building residential that a squatter does not own, rent, or otherwise have lawful permission to use. Okay, I am now using this, y'all. I don't care what nobody says. I am now using this. I can't wait to call somebody a fucking squatter. You fucking squatter.
I don't know nothing about that.
Okay, so you guys have paid your rent.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay. All right, now to put it in perspective though, you said
what?
You weren't taking aim.
No, we not making our podcast not.
Somebody calls me a squatter, I'm disrespected. How y'all feeling? My grown people out there who get up every day, pay some bills, or who might have fought for this country or are currently fighting for this country, own your own business, whatever. If somebody who know you ain't no squad and they come out and basically call you a fly bum, it's one thing. Nah, let's stop right there. It's one thing to call a nigga a bum, but for a nigga to call you a fly bum, that might be a little worse. Because a bum is just like they displaced, they homeless, they dirty and all that. But a fly bum is somebody faking it till they make it. That might be a little worse than a regular bum. Sheesh Louise.
We don't talk about people. We take things and internalize it. We was talking about, it was a general conversation about do people have the actual right to make a documentary about you, and how would you feel if it was you? But I get where you're coming from. But at the same time, I'm not trying to walk nothing down. Like if it's smoke, it's smoke.
All right. Well, here is the full conversation of what you guys were talking about, because it was really just about legally. Can you?
Right. That's what it was.
And then you started talking about sex tapes, because somehow it always comes back to that. Here's what happened.
Is it acceptable for?
Let's be honest. Before we hear their conversation, y'all know they was talking about 50. Y'all know they was talking about 50. Come on now.
For someone to create a documentary about you without your approval, how would you feel if it happened to you?
It's like
definitely not acceptable. It's facetious and petty.
Right. It's like somebody putting out your sex tape.
Definitely unacceptable, facetious and petty. That's specific words that you would use to describe a person that you know, not somebody that you don't know.
Yeah, if you want to, yeah, exactly.
I don't know that that's comparable because a sex tape.
You got to make sure your light
Just put that, yeah. But documentaries, people can do them, and they do them all
right. We know
the
that.
time.
Yeah,
So
we know that. But everybody panties is in bunches. Oh my God.
it doesn't feel like this is a big.
No, it ain't. Not.
see, Maino, when you start using words like panties and emotional and in your feelings, and you're talking to and about other men, you know what I'm saying? When you're using these words, you gotta be ready for whatever comes after that. Now, we not claiming Maino not gangster, nothing like that. Anybody that been in this hip hop game or whatever, or have picked up a magazine before, hell, surf the internet. Y'all know Maino Jacket. Y'all know how he get down, right? Or how he used to get down. He shouldn't be doing none of that street shit no more because he getting money. But nobody's playing you soft. But when it comes to this internet shit, like 50 got it mastered. You know what I'm saying? He's the wrong one. And he can get tough with you if you're trying to take it that route too. He's the wrong one to play with in that like trying to throw shots and thinking nothing's gonna happen. Or this is just a good ploy at the for those guys, the Let's Rap About It podcast, for them to get hot because they know 50 gonna say something about him. Remember, I keep trying to tell y'all, when it comes to this media shit, there is no such thing as bad publicity except for no publicity. You feel me? If you're being talked about, that means you hot. With a good, bad, or indifferent, if you're being talked about, that means you lit.
Yeah,
But
okay.
the thing is,
The
like,
intention was not to come at
if
him.
you shooting and you saying they and these guys and you got a picture and I'm in a picture, I'm shooting back, and it's with whoever. It's
Okay.
with whoever, whenever,
We
however,
know.
whatever.
We know.
All right, y'all. So y'all already know Ack and Wack talked about it at length. That's on the channel. Here's some excerpts from that. But the bottom line, man, it's good for everybody involved content-wise because it's going to bring more views to everybody's platform.
See, I just said that.
Ain't nothing going down. The beef is fun. 50 going to get involved. But like I said, everybody going to get some quote-unquote clout off this, views off this, and us bloggers.
I don't know. Fake beef, real beef. I don't know if I'm cool with a nigga just calling me a squatter. I know you got money, nigga, but damn, you called me you said me and my mans and them was having a best dress contest every time we pull up. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all niggas do be fly on that show, but that's nothing to be like hating on. You know what I'm saying? That just shows how much 50 can dress. I don't care what y'all say. 50 really can't dress like that. When he was fly all them times on Power, it was because he had a stylist. I guarantee it. He had a stylist. He probably got one now. But yeah, 50 don't get fly the way that Maino, Jim, Fab, and Dave East do. He don't get fly like that. So that was why that was the first thing he attacked. Talking about some y'all up there trying to have a best dress contest.
Keep it coming, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Until next time, I appreciate y'all tuning in. We out.
They talking about somebody got a BBL or some weird.
I'm gonna keep it a bean with you.
Why is your mind on a man's hat?
Wack, I was disturbed that he had a video of you laying.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy, the Answer Man. Ack been going back and forth with Maino. Wack jump in. Maino like, don't talk unless you ready to do something. Then 50
See. Now done went past just a playful, you know what I'm saying, media beef and playing around on the internet with each other, cracking jokes, even though we know when we see each other, we all gonna dap each other up. Now it's don't talk unless you really ready to do something. Now we taking it to a different level now, see?
Jump in. Maino don't want no smoke with 50. 50 calls Jim Jones a squatter. Let's get to the content.
Yo, Wack.
What up, bro?
We're on stream. Hey, did you see what 50 said to Maino and them?
Oh, okay, so hold on.
He's over there squatting.
This supposed to be academics talking to Wack 100 on the phone, y'all. I wasn't even aware. Hold up.
Hey. So you know what I was saying though? I said Maino got to keep the same energy, right? He got to keep.
Whoa, Wack! You just called the man a pussy in academics. I know last week you and Maino was going back and forth because you be minding other people's business with how they dress and all of that. Hey, look, for everything that niggas is wearing right now, you know what I'm saying, probably came from dressing from these guys on that podcast, man. Everything everybody's wearing now is some variation is leaked down from them. So let's stop it. Secondly, Maino called you a jar of relish. You didn't do nothing. Now you want Whack to go outside and all these other people to come outside for you. That shit crazy, man. Like that whole, ooh, I know you ain't gonna let them talk to you like you instigating in the middle. Academics a motherfucker, y'all.
Same energy. Because put it like this. When I was, first of all, I didn't even start joking on him. I was making a joke about Fabolous. He jumped in. He jumped in, and then when he jumped in,
he needs something to talk about, bro. Look, what does Maino have to talk about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I know that. That's right. That's a fact.
So he gotta find something to talk about.
Yeah. But Maino, like his reputation is like he's like the King Von out of New York.
Whoa!
Like I'm so.
Hold up.
I sent you the audio.
Hold up. Wait, before he even whatever. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and call it too, man. We need to stop celebrating this shit. Yo, Whack 100 be the most snitching ass nigga, bro. He got everybody information, but don't get considered a snitch. Like, bro, you tell on everything and everybody, chatty patty, nigga. That shit crazy as hell. And why would you say he's the King Von of New York? Like, don't nobody want that man's rep. Let King Von rest in peace, man. He did enough while he was here. Let's not bring him up no more.
The dude he talking about was on the line, boxing bar. I sent it to you. He said he tapped the man on his shoulder after he sliced him on the streets. I sent you the audio. I interviewed him. You got it on your text.
Wait, but like, I don't know if you have you heard about him like in New York City. They said Maino slapped like 200. I ain't gonna lie.
Get the out of here, bro.
I'm serious. They say he got a couple bodies like.
Hey,
so really, like Maino like him up.
All right, man. All right, hold on. If that ain't the most fat ass shit I'd have never heard, they say he got a couple of bodies, and you on live like that. That shit weird. Academics is trolling. That shit weird though. We got to stop doing this to each other. That's all I'm saying.
That stole Troy Ave jury.
No, that was why.
You just say he stole. Wow. Whack 100 just snitched and said Maino stole Troy Ave jewelry. That shit crazy.
Videos. And then tried to claim it was fake after he wore it. Video. Come on, bro.
Nah. That was why he wore the chain for like a year, and then he said it was fake. Wearing a fake chain for a year is wild. That is crazy.
And then gave him a shout out and took all kinds. Come on, bro. Like, what we talking about?
No.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Why you think you want to keep the same energy with 50 though?
Because you got to remember.
You think he's scared of 50?
New York streets. He's scared of what 50 could do in them New York streets. You know that.
50 called him a squatter and a bum, and the first thing he said is, "Yo, I'm always gonna be grateful you gave me a record deal." Huh?
Yeah, so I'm saying he's old. You gotta keep.
Nah, that was, hey, we just playing. It's not really like that. That's what he was letting you know. From street nigga to street nigga. We just playing. There's no hands need to be thrown. There's no goons need to be called. There's no guns needed to be loaded. We just playing. But see, it's square ass conversations like what the fuck they talking about. That's gonna take that shit into some different shit. That's weird.
Same energy, bro. That's whole tendencies.
Yo, I keep realizing street really pick and choose, man.
Selective politics, bro.
Why is it like that though?
Because the streets is a myth.
Because I thought he was gonna treat 50 like how he said he treated Young Bird.
He ain't gonna do that, bro.
Wow.
Big Uncle Murder.
Now, let's say Maino was a true crash out that don't see exactly what's being done in this conversation, because obviously, they trying to get the boy to crash out or whatever. Why would y'all want to see another man crash out and go back to prison is beyond me. But that's cool. I hope when him seeing this, like, he just takes a step back and it's just like, wow, I need to stay away from these two guys. They're dangerous. Look at everything they just said that man did. All on live for everybody to hear.
Get the off of him. Like he did me.
What?
Called Uncle Murray to beg us to get off his ass. Yeah. He was apologizing to the homie G Magic and all that. On my mama.
So wait, what do you think Maino's objective is? Do you think it's just like doing content?
He just needs something to talk, bro. The had one hit 28 years ago. He ain't never had a tour. He ain't never none of that type of shit, bro. Bro, at the end of the day, he has to talk about what's being talked about. Or he has nothing to talk about.
Hold on, you meaning he now owns a podcast and he has to talk about the culture from his perspective or talk about what he wants to talk about because it's his job? So he trying to paint a picture like Maino was just out here making up beefs and shit like that just to have something to talk about later for content. You're reducing that grown man to a novice content creator. That's messed up.
When I seen Jim Jones at the concert, you know what Jim Jones said? He said all that internet y'all be doing, he said, get when they play with me.
Jim Jones scared to go to jail. That's why he told back then, you know that. On my mama. I got a call 3 weeks ago. The word on the block is, remember I told you, Mel Murder ain't too happy. He was trying to get me to line him up with our guy that got offices out here with me and out there with you to do an interview. This a fact. He's not too happy. He want to expose.
Wait.
Remember I told you?
Whoa. Yo. Hey, let me tell y'all something, man. I don't know what everybody's age group is, but I came around when, you know what I'm saying, I started listening to hip hop, very, very early on. 80s baby, 90s raised me. So obviously Rough Riders, Rockefeller, Cash Money, No Limit, you know what I'm saying, Suave House, you get the picture of the folks that I was listening to, you know what I'm saying, Rap a Lot, all that. I say that to say this. These are gangster rappers I'm talking about. And these are gangster rappers that are being spoken about in this conversation. Never in my life would I have thought that these guys that rap so rough and tough on these records about how many guns they got, how many bodies they drop, as soon as they don't get their way, they do some girl shit like run to the internet. But you a thug. Streets ain't real, y'all.
Wait.
Remember I told you,
why
bro?
would he not be too happy? Like
remember
he came home like Pooh Shiesty.
No, listen to no, he didn't. He came home shiesty, no poo. That's a fact.
Nah, he came home like Max Speed.
That boy said shiesty, no poo. Sheesh.
No, he didn't. He came home without the max. Right? Remember, there's no way.
He came home B without the max. Hey, yo, Whack 100 gotta chill.
All of a sudden, these Bloods is just attacking Jim Jones all of a sudden. All this time, dude been in jail, they ain't said nothing. Then when he get out, they saying something. That was the pressure. He didn't do what he was supposed to do. Ask our guy with the red beard if Wack didn't send him an offer for a dude to come sit down with him. It's a fact. That's why I sit back and I watch we out here perpetrating the fraud.
You don't think that Maino gonna give 50 a wedgie for playing with him? Like
Maino not gonna say a word to 50. He might go over there and Washington Sprinters.
Really?
I'm gonna say nothing to 50. He opened 50, put him in a movie or in a TV series or something.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm not finna get into it with that man where I really, really disrespect this dude. I have to disrespect this guy and not interrupt it, mess around and mess up an opportunity for myself in the future when all I was doing was playing. Please put me in power, Mr. 50 Curtis Jackson. 50 Curtis Jackson sent.
Bro, look, let's be real. This game has changed. And those dudes that don't have resources and rich, it's a problem. You know that.
Yeah, no, that's true.
You get what I'm saying? It's a problem. So,
hey, Wack, you know you turned my son into a politician now, right? Like he trying to run for office.
I haven't seen that or heard from that dude for quite some time.
Yeah, he went from picking up picket signs. Now he's a crime advisor for Mandami, the New York City mayor.
He's a crime advisor for what?
Mandami, yeah.
So he's turning in information.
Yeah, he basically got his own grid program.
I'm sorry, a crime advisor? Okay. He's also a rough and tough street rapper too. Okay.
So he gonna tell the cops how to deal with the criminals better. Yeah.
There you go, bro. There you go. But yet he want to call everybody rats, right? This nigga. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't put it past him, no, bro. It's robbed a cab driver for $7, bro.
Come on, man.
7 years.
Come on, man. That's not nice. That's not nice.
Still ain't apologize to the cab driver.
Nah, man,
that's wild.
I'm surprised by Hey, did you see Maino trying to post about you? He was acting like he was upset.
Bro,
like
listen,
you were lying on him. And I'm like, White's not lying.
Then he posts some weird as a they talking about somebody got a BBL or some weird.
Like, I'm gonna keep it a bean with you.
Why was your
what is this? He's atting Whack 100. This right after he went to Colombia to get his ass done. Hashtag BBL Whack. Keep my name out your lying ass mouth unless you're really ready to do something, eh? Hey, academics, this who you ran to? Oh wow. And then he tagged who took the picture. What? I thought like motherfuckers were supposed to have some sort of code of silence or something like that. The internet has gotten everybody so comfortable, bruh.
Why is your mind on a man's ass? Okay.
I was disturbed that he had a video of you laying like naked in his phone. That was a little bit odd.
That's what I'm saying. That's odd, bro. Tendencies. What you got in your phone for? That's crazy. I mean, but listen, bro. Dude ain't got long. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got long.
Damn, he got a good point. Why would you have that just chilling in your phone?
He gonna get caught. He gonna get violated. You know, his biggest claim to fame is
I'm gonna be honest.
Putting his hand on Young Bird. Man, that nigga ain't nobody, bro.
All right, y'all, there it is. The funny part to me is how Act, out of all these dudes, never been in the streets, and somehow is the puppet master with all this.
He damn sure is, because he's just asking the questions that us civilians would ask, right? Which would be, hold on, but I thought he was tough, right? But hold on, don't. Then he said he used to sell how many bricks? He used to kill how many people? That's all he doing. He trolling. That shit funny as hell.
It really needs to be studied. Wack has been taking a different approach. As y'all know, he ain't been as vocal. He on a lot of shows and this and that, but it ain't like it used to be, but he had to jump out for this one. So we're going to see, because Maino put up some pretty inflammatory things up on the gram about Wack. So I don't think this one is over.
No, hell no, that one ain't over, man. And again, that was by way of the answer. Those good folks over there love y'all content. Salute to y'all. All right, man. Tell me what y'all thinking. 50 Cent called The Let's Rap About It podcast members, a bunch of squatters. Y'all think it's gonna lead to some internet beef? Y'all think it's gonna lead to maybe some records being thrown out? I hope don't nobody get on the booth and rap about each other. Let's not do that. Y'all don't need to do that. Make money off the internet, man. That'll be way better. I don't want to hear no records from none of y'all, man. But anyways, moving on. Segueing into all my Blurred Nation, you heard. Word on town is I got the description for, or I might know of a description for the leaked Avengers Doomsday trailer that is supposed to be premiering tomorrow, basically. Now they have a there is a fan-made AI trailer. It's fan-made, it's not real, but it's damn near one-to-one as to what's probably going to be in the trailer because it got to be real because they're telling people to take it down. As a matter of fact, you want to know something? I don't even think I'm gonna play around with these folks, man. I'm like, because I have a fan-made junk that we could look at, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna find somebody else. Hold on. Let me see something, y'all. Oh, hold up. Yeah, I'm not gonna play with Sony because Sony and Disney and Marvel, they not playing with nobody. You're not gonna get my little channel taken down, man. So well, you know what? Okay, nah, we can look at this. Hold up. It says it right here. Even though it's by the description, this is the exact description of what the Avengers Doomsday trailer, the first trailer, is going to look like anyway. And I've also heard through the grapevine what the second trailer is supposed to be about too. We'll get into that in a little bit. Don't forget, continue lighting up, man. We still in here. Avengers Doomsday trailer. Let's check it out. This is the exact description. Somebody fan made this. This is that AI. This is not real. Y'all hearing me? Y'all can go in here and take a look. Don't get me. I like how they messed that up. Steve Rogers will run. They letting y'all know this is not real, but this is exactly the description of what the trailer to Avengers Doomsday, the first one, that's exactly what it's supposed to look like. Okay, so they're saying like right after that part, when they're like December 2026, a doomsday clock is supposed to come up. And now us as the fans, us as the world are supposed to keep referring back to the Marvel website where we can keep looking at the doomsday clock, to keep up for when the movie's supposed to drop. Along with Spider-Man Brand New Day is also supposed to be dropping before Doomsday. 2026 is going to be a good year. So is 2027. I'd say the next 4 years in superhero cinema are probably going to be very, very fire if everybody does their fucking job, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is to include the Lantern series that's supposed to come out on HBO Max with James Gunn in them, and X-Men 97. Remember, that's supposed to come out. Season 2 is supposed to come out of that. I want to take a look at this again, y'all. Let's run it back. I want y'all to notice something. It says Steve Rogers will run in Avengers Doomsday, not Captain America. Why? Because Sam Wilson is Captain America. Now, here's what I'm afraid of. What if Doom knock off Steve, man? What if Doom kills Steve, bro? If RDJ's Dr. Doom kills Chris Evans, Steve Rogers, bro, Steve Rogers, and this just makes a whole nother timeline, yo, bro, it's gonna be crazy from then on. The movie can't be lame from then on. You don't kill off our Captain America and then the movie be lame after that. You just don't do that. That was like that stupid shit they did in that G.I. Joe movie where they killed Duke. You don't fucking kill Duke, nigga. Y'all tell me what y'all think, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think of this trailer. This is supposed to be a description of what the trailer is supposed to look like. I also have there are leaks in what the Spider-Man brand new day trailer is supposed to be. We can get a description of that. Let's go here. Yeah.
As if the Avengers.
Hold up. This by way of Doom Blazer. Shout out to that boy Doom Blazer. Give him a like, comment, and subscribe as well, man. Let's get straight to the point. Still smoking by.
Doomsday teaser with Steve Rogers getting leaked wasn't bad enough. Apparently, the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer also got leaked. So if you guys don't know, just recently, a brand new trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day has just been leaked. At first, I thought the trailer was fake, but then a bunch of scoopers started saying it was real, and anyone who's reposting the video is being taken down by Sony themselves. They basically confirmed it's real. It's basically No Way Home all over again. The trailer has been leaked, and the footage is basically someone's phone taking a video of another phone, taking a video of the Spider-Man Brand New.
Let me ask y'all a question. Do we as viewers and lovers of this genre, of the MCU, of, superhero movies, and we're keeping up with all our fan theories and trying to place what might happen in this movie and that movie, is there such thing as going too far with the spoiler alerts, with the leaks? Do y'all feel like there might be a little wave of some folks maybe taking it too far? I don't know, like maybe not. They still have a lot of months of reshoots that they can do whatever they want all over again with Doomsday and with Spider-Man Brand New Day. So let's not play now.
New Day trailer. But what's even more crazy is whoever leaked the trailer is someone who works in the studio itself. It was an inside job. We don't know if it's someone who works at Sony or Marvel, but someone in one of those studios took one for the team and leaked the Brand New Day trailer. Someone who works in the studio leaked the trailer with the studio app. That's where the trailer is. They got to sign in a bunch of times to give unfinished trailers feedback.
Whoever that is good and gone. They good and fired.
That's their job. Whoever was brave enough to leak the trailer now has their job on the line. I already know Disney, Marvel, and Sony are already planning to send black SUVs to whoever leaked the information. And
They are good and fired.
I already know Kevin Feige is pissed off. He's going to make this man disappear. He's going to whip out a sniper again. Because in the span of 1 week, 2 trailers to Marvel's biggest movies got leaked. That's insane. Like, dude, Kevin Feige, you need to hire better security.
Now, hold on now. 2 leaks to the next 2 movies. Leaks or a clever marketing tool? Dun, dun, dun. I don't know. But that is kind of crazy that these are the next 2 movies that we have to look forward to. And the trailers on the both of them have been leaked. The Avengers Doomsday is supposed to have 4 trailers. 2 of them have already been leaked.
At Marvel. You already know Marvel is back because we have not seen leaks this bad since peak MCU No Way Home. Now, obviously, I'm not going to show the trailer. I don't want to get sniped by Kevin Feige, but I will describe what I saw. The trailer starts off with Peter in his apartment, and Peter is narrating the whole thing, saying, "I'm Spider-Man, everyone forgot who I was," stuff like that. The trailer's also blasting LCD, "New York, I love you, but you're bringing me down." And it looks like they're recreating a lot of iconic Spider-Man covers, like with Amazing Fantasy. In the trailer, you see Spider-Man holding someone and swinging in the city.
That's gonna be dope. They do a little montage of all these scenes that we're about to see.
There's also a cool scene where Spider-Man is fighting Boomerang and is dodging his boomerangs. We also see Spider-Man fighting a bunch of red ninjas, and it looks like it's the Hand. Dude, this movie is gonna be peak. You also hear Peter saying, "Professor Banner, I need your help," something like that.
Hold up. Ooh. All right. Bless me, y'all. Hold up. So it said Peter is supposed to be fighting some what ninjas? The Hand. Anybody that's been keeping up with Daredevil when Daredevil was on the Netflix series, y'all know about the Hand. In the comic books, Daredevil actually takes over the Hand. He gets like demonically possessed for a little while, and he actually takes over the Hand. So might we see a Daredevil appearance in this movie after all? There's no way the Hand shows up and just the Punisher and Spider-Man fight them. Just now, they need Daredevil in this movie as Daredevil.
Peak. You also hear Peter saying, "Professor Banner, I need your help," something like that. We also get our first look at Michael Mando's Scorpion in a prison outfit. And Tombstone was talking in the trailer. He was talking about spiders. And
my man right here, cast as Tombstone. That was perfect casting. Perfect casting. You don't have to do no makeup. He's him, same voice, everything.
And we also hear Sadie Sink, and it looks like she might be the villain of Brand New Day. She's threatening Spider-Man, saying to stay away from her. And it looks like Tom Holland's Spider-Man is losing his powers, possibly due to stress, similar to Tobey in Spider-Man 2. And the web swinging is insane. And then the trailer ends with Spider-Man arguing with the Punisher. It's a cute little banter. Destin Daniel Cretton is cooking with this movie, man. I cannot wait. This might just be one of, if not the greatest Spider-Man movie ever made.
Okay, hold up, y'all. Hold up. Let's go back right quick. My man 3C Films, though, he really broke this shit down. Shout out to
Insanity is currently going on in the Spider-Man fandom.
Please give them a like, comment, and subscribe as well. We just react here, big baby. Keep smoking, y'all.
Because it appears that about 90% of the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer has found its way online. Last night in my most recent video, I only talked about the first 30-40 seconds of the trailer, but now a second trailer has hit the spiderwebs, and we've got to break it down. So that's exactly what I'll be doing here for you guys, is trying to do my best to piece together this grainy 140p unfinished CGI trailer, because now that we have this second piece to the first trailer, this movie is making a lot more sense, but at the same time, also not a lot of sense. You'll see what I mean when we get to it here, but I need to hear from you guys. Can you believe we've had a crazy week at Marvel? Like, their security team must be on holiday vacation. And for those of you that are going to comment it, yes, I'm also aware even the audio for the second Avengers Doomsday trailer.
Y'all see this? This is supposed to be the leaked audio for the second Avengers Doomsday trailer that's supposed to be centered around Thor. Of all the crowns, the realms, the pride, I ask for none of them. Father, hear your son. I am not worthy of life, yet I beg you to let the thread run long. Not for thunder, not for war. Let me stand long enough to see my love once more. Okay, so he became Gore's daughter. He became Gore's daughter adopted father. So now he has a daughter. So he's grown really, really attached to that girl. Either she dies or he's about to die. One of the two. Oh man, this movie might be so fire.
Trailer with Thor has also leaked, but let's hear the crowd on that one. Yeah, so we're going to talk about Spider-Man. All right, so yes, I'm just going to recap the whole situation in case you didn't watch my video last night, although you should. A lot of other great movie news in there. But the way this got leaked is a similar way that the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer leaked online all those years ago. There's a survey website that some companies use to get feedback on trailers that they're making and preparing. This is usually a pretty secure system since people usually have to sign a bunch of papers and promise they won't record it and post it online because they will owe a ton of money. But this person did not listen and were able to watch the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer with unfinished VFX and decided to record it, I guess, on their phone from 2005 and post it online. And whenever the first trailer released online, I, like a lot of people, was skeptical and I thought, this is not real. This is fake. This is AI. Come on, guys. We're not going to fall for this. But then Sony actually started copyrighting the video left and right.
And that's when you know that shit be real. That's an actual leak. When they go to telling motherfuckers to take some shit down, that's when you know that shit real.
Were being quicker about it than the Steve Rogers Avengers Doomsday trailer. This does not look like one of their purposeful leaks or like they're starting to recreate the marketing for No Way Home, because that's where my mind went, conspiracy theory. I was like, oh, the No Way Home marketing started with a leaked trailer on someone's phone. Brand New Day trailer is going to be the same way. But no, it looks like Sony is actually pissed about this situation. So again, not going to be able to show any footage. All of that out of the way, let's talk about the footage completely and how the second part of the trailer really puts things in perspective. I know some people found the dialogue that Tom Holland says in the beginning part of the trailer kind of corny. I actually really like it. It's Spider-Man reintroducing himself, saying, hi, you might not remember me, but something bad was going to happen and I had to make you forget. And sometimes being Spider-Man means breaking Peter Parker's heart.
Okay, so they kind of went along the same lines of the Miles Morales Spider-Man. Every time they introduce a new Spider-Man or whatever, they have the whole comic book cover, and then it says, okay, the character says, okay, I'm gonna do this one last time. My name is X, Y, and Z, and where I'm from, I'm Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? So it's along the same lines. I like how they tying that all in. We might see a live action Miles Morales sooner than later. I hope so.
Yes, a little cheesy, a little corny, but that's Spider-Man sometimes. Perfectly cheesy, perfectly corny. To me, the highlight, though, of that first part was the recreation of a couple comic book covers. One was of the Amazing Fantasy 15 that admittedly has been overdone a lot, but it's still awesome to see it get recreated. There was one of Spider-Man going up a building with boomerangs being thrown at him in slow motion, which is a recreation of this cover. And I couldn't quite nail the second one until people reminded me of the photo of Destin Daniel Cretton's office when making Spider-Man Brand New Day. And not only was the boomerang cover there, but the cover of Spider-Man fighting Tarantula. And that actually does match another shot in the trailer of Spider-Man looking to tussle somebody in this exact same position.
Nah, man, ain't no way that all of this stuff done got leaked and it's supposed to be, it wasn't supposed to happen. Marvel and Disney don't know what happened. We didn't do anything. It wasn't us. Nah, yeah, it was y'all, man. They trying to get asses back in seats. They want folks coming back to the theaters. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's been a minute since I've been to the movies myself for real. Like, so they want people to get back up and pay that dollar to get them seats. I, for one, will be in the theaters watching Avengers Doomsday and Spider-Man Brand New Day.
This honestly makes me feel like, you know, Boomerang, Tarantula, and like a lot of these villains that we're hearing, I'm thinking they're just going to be early montages to kind of give you an idea of what Spider-Man has been doing since we last saw him in No Way Home. I don't think Boomerang and Tarantula will actually be huge parts of the story, because even just those shots and using them to recreate comic book covers, they feel like montage sequences to be like, hey, this is what Spider-Man does on his time. In fact, it looks like there's even another comic book that was recreated. If you guys remember the Pinterest leak, where one of the directors of photography was trying to set up a mood board for what they wanted the movie to look like, there was a cover of Spider-Man doing laundry, and in the trailer, there is a shot of Spider-Man looking at his washing machine, really emulating those kind of regular guy vibes that I think Tom Holland's Spider-Man has been missing. I do.
So this sounds like this is going to be very, very ground based. We're finally going to see a Peter Parker Spider-Man story.
Laundry 2 Spider-Man. Not a comic book cover, but still an interesting shot of Spider-Man fighting a group of ninjas in red that we are hearing is supposed to be the Hand in this movie. So that's the stuff we knew. But with the second part of the trailer, it gets way more trippy. It starts off with Spider-Man hanging upside down in an alley in New York, where he's basically half naked and he's staring at his arms and saying to himself, what is happening to me, as he falls and catches himself with his spider web. This is a crazy shot because I didn't notice this at first, because the entire image is blurry and there's black bars trying to cover the watermark. That way Sony and Marvel can't trace back the person who leaked this. And that's what makes this second part of the trailer so hard to figure out, because those black bars just take up 50% of the screen. But
Fuck that, whoever that is, they doing God's work, because without that person, we wouldn't have nothing to talk about, and you wouldn't have nothing to talk about, and I wouldn't have nothing to react to you talking about it, because it is something to talk about. Yeah, so salute to whoever did that.
the crazy thing here is some people are thinking in this scene where Spider-Man is hanging upside down and staring at his arms is because he has organic web shooting like Tobey Maguire, no longer requiring the web shooters. And I'm feeling conflicted on this. When I first saw that, I thought it was more mimicking kind of him losing his powers or struggling with his powers, similar to Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 2, because he falls and he's like, what's happening to me?
Why is this happening to me?
There's also a voiceover in the trailer that maybe is Tombstone, played by Marvin Jones, where he's basically saying a spider has 3 life cycles. And in between those life cycles, a spider is vulnerable. And that to me was just like a very peculiar line. But then it all started to click, and I remembered some of the early rumors about Spider-Man Brand New Day is that they would take inspiration from spider totems. If you don't know about this, this is a concept that was introduced whenever the Spider-Verse comic book event was going on. It's this idea that in every universe, there is a spider avatar. There is a spider totem, someone who is gifted with the abilities of Spider-Man in every universe. And it's something that connects them all to the web of life and destiny. Not just that, but that there are also these evil beings that feed on spider totems in every universe and are going around killing spider people in an effort to increase their powers. And okay, I gotta be honest with you, I don't love the idea of spider
Okay, so this also opens doors for people like Morlun and his family to come in. Maybe Sadie Sink's character is a part of Morlun's family, because they saying word around is Sadie Sink's character in the Spider-Man Brand New Day movie is she's supposed to be a mutant. She's supposed to be Jean Grey. I don't know. We'll see.
Totems being introduced in this world. And even looking at a specific comic book storyline, Spider-Man the Other, some things that happen in that story run really feel like they're happening here. In that book, Spider-Man is like damaged. He's hurt. He's dying. We don't really know what's happening to him. All we know is that it's a radiation illness. Peter is so desperate, he goes to other people for help, like Reed Richards, Bruce Banner, Hank Pym, and nobody can figure out what's wrong with Peter. Eventually, though, Peter ends up in a cocoon where then he is rebirthed, and once he comes out, he is more powerful, stronger, and has new abilities. He's given things like night vision, and his senses are enhanced. And so now look back at the beginning of the trailer a little bit more. is that scene of Spider-Man hanging upside down, falling, looking at his new abilities of maybe organic webbing. I mean, even go back to Tom Holland, who is always known to hint and spoil things. Look at the comment he said. It's a fresh start. It really feels like we're not making a fourth movie. We're making the first movie of the next chapter. It's a rebirth. Oh.
Okay. I like how he stopped that right there. Also, there is breadcrumbs leading to that with the conversation that Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, and Andrew Garfield were having as Spider-Man when Tom and Andrew were asking Tobey, like, okay, so you just make your own web out of your body. You know, he was like, that's new, because I don't know, like, that's crazy. And then weirdo Peter number one talking about some, we want to know that is maybe it come out of anywhere else. He's like, what are you talking about? Nobody wanted to know that. But it's breadcrumbs that conversation is leading up to him knowing exactly what's going on. Now he has his own organic webbing, which also leaves more breadcrumbs to us seeing Tobey Maguire again too.
Dude. Obviously, I'm being a little nitpicky and worried, but once you set up the concept that these Spider-Men have web shooters, I thought it actually added a cool suspenseful dynamic factor to Spider-Man. And it was like one of the scenes in Homecoming I actually really like, that he like uses his own science lab to create his spider fluid. In Tom Holland's trilogy, I feel like they barely used a lot of those things that make Spider-Man iconic, with him almost rarely running out of spider fluid. He barely figures out how to use his spider sense towards the later movies, and now we're maybe evolving him to the point he doesn't need them. Oh, okay. If this is
a lot of people consider Tom Holland to be the best Spider-Man. To me, oh man, I don't know. Y'all tell me who the best Spider-Man is. Is it Tobey? Is it Andrew? Is it Tom? Who's the best Spider-Man? I want to say it's Tobey, man.
True, I can now see why they made the web shooters so oversized for this movie, so we as an audience can see how much of an inconvenience they are and be happy when he gets the upgrade later in the movie. But as Spider-Man fans, complaining about the web shooters wasn't us saying we don't want the web shooters. We were just like, hey, could you maybe just make them not as huge? But again, going back to how things are aligning from that comic, in this second part of the trailer is that Peter Parker does go up to Bruce Banner and asks for his help. The dialogue of that scene goes, Professor Banner, I need your help. And Bruce Banner responds with, you're not one of my students, are you? Revealing a couple of things. One, Bruce Banner is a professor at a college right now, and it doesn't seem like it's a college that Peter is currently attending. Also, the spell is in effect because Bruce Banner.
How long y'all think that spell is going to be in effect?
Banner has no clue who Peter Parker is, and although we've never seen them interact in the movies, they were pretty close to each other at Tony Stark's funeral. I imagine Bruce Banner would at least know Peter Parker before the spell. But like in the comic book here, if Spider-Man is having some illness or some issues involving radiation, who is he going to go to on the expert of radiation? Bruce Banner Hulk. Just like in the comic, he went to Reed Richards, Hank Pym. And so maybe this is an issue that Spider-Man deals with in the movie. This whole line about the life cycle and him being vulnerable in between stages. Maybe Spider-Man, before he gets to this cocoon phase and it gets an upgraded abilities, he is losing parts of his powers or isn't working as well, because then that would make the last part of this trailer also make sense, where it ends off with Frank Castle showing up, shooting a bunch of people, and Spider-Man goes, Frank, what are you doing here? And Frank goes, what does it look like? Saving your ass, kid. Spider-Man is to the point now where I think a guy with a gun would not be much help. But if Spider-Man's powers are failing and he's having issues, he's getting into this sickness, changing in between his life cycle, then yeah, I guess the Punisher coming in with a gun would actually be very helpful in Spider-Man in that situation. So to me, it's looking extremely likely like Spider-Man totems are a thing, and this would also then make make sense with some of the rumors we were hearing about Sadie Sink is that she was playing Shothra. This is one of those Spider-Man totem hunters I was telling you about that go universe to universe, feeding off spider people and absorbing their abilities. And well, it looks like the spider gods were willing to answer me early, because as I was recording and getting ready to upload, some new information has hit the web where some people are claiming that Sadie Sink will not be Shothra, but Sadie Sink could be playing a possible secret mutant character from the
Possible secret mutant character. Stop it right here. Tremel Tillman, your man on the left, is reportedly playing the new head of the DODC in Spider-Man Brand New Day. The DODC is leading an investigation to apprehend a new rogue metahuman they have been monitoring for some time, played by Sadie Sink. A new rogue metahuman? Metahuman, enhanced human, you know?
Cosmic Circus, they have it here. Tremel Tillman is reportedly playing the new head of DODC in Spider-Man Brand New Day. That's the Department of Damage Control. The Department of Damage Control is leading an investigation to apprehend new rogue metahumans they have been monitoring for some time, played by Sadie Sink. I am now getting right back to the excited train. Maybe this spider totem thing isn't exactly happening. They even add some more details saying here that Sink's character will be under the protection of John Bernthal's character, which will make him a person of interest in the DODC's investigation as well.
I just hope with all this mystery behind whoever she's supposed to be, because her character is also supposed to show up in Secret Wars as well. I just hope with all this secret squirrel shit that they on, she don't come out as some lame ass character we don't know, or somebody that you just made up for the movie or something like that. She better be somebody significant if you're having the Punisher be involved with her as well.
Along with Bruce Banner and Spider-Man. Okay, this is a direction I so much more prefer, that the mutants are maybe being hunted. I still don't know whether it's Jean Grey, but it looks like she's definitely wanted. If she was playing Jean Grey, or maybe some sort of telepath, maybe that's how she was able to read Spider-Man's mind and know about the Doctor Strange spell. I'm reaching, I'm stretching, but dog, I prefer this over spider totems. But I'm willing to see them play through, because the moments of this trailer that actually got me unbelievably excited was we do get glimpses of that scene that we had been seeing them film for what felt like months, the Spider-Man versus the tank. Oh my goodness, they cooked with that scene, guys. The web swinging.
I really wish I have actually seen both of these trailers. I really wish I could show them to you, but yeah, I can't have them strike my little channel now. Hold up, y'all.
Tom Holland's web swinging is peak now. He's on the tank. He's turning around. His eyes are emoting and squinting, very similar to a couple of comic book covers. So it's good to know his new suit still has that ability to emote, but he's dodging cars. Things are exploding, and the web swinging just looks amazing. If you're not on this story, I can tell the action sequences in this movie are about to blow me away. But look, even if spider totems does end up being a thing, this still feels like a large part of the movie is this gang war or street villains that Spider-Man has to go up against. Like I said, Tombstone has a narration in the trailer taunting Spider-Man about being vulnerable during his life cycle. You get a shot of Scorpion in his prison outfit, and we've seen in set photos Scorpion gets broken out of prison. The Hand are involved in this movie, and so honestly, those are the aspects.
Who breaks Scorpion out of prison? Might we see the Vulture, since they doing it like might the Vulture make another appearance? It'd be weird to see him back in this universe, because the last we checked, he was over in that other universe with Michael Morbius.
I'm most excited about, because that's the street level Spider-Man story I wanted, is him dealing with the gang wars in New York, but it still feels like some trippy cosmic multiverse stuff is going on in the background as well. Still gonna be there day one, and if the movie is
That's a
awesome,
fact.
I will say, oh dude, I was wrong, all of this makes sense. But now I'm kind of seeing now how those early reports of this is a street level story, but they found a way to include multiverse elements in it as well. I'm seeing how that's happening now. Sony gets their cake and eat it too. So we'll find out a whole lot more once this trailer actually gets released, whenever the No Way Home.
All right, y'all. He was pretty much wrapping it up there. Shout out to 3C Films, man. This was a good one. Thank y'all for pulling up with your boy, man. I am definitely fried, died, and laid to the side off of this one. This was a great sesh. You know what I mean? Another one. Offenders Initiative Podcast. We the People TV. We out.